Well, there was a flood.
Oh, so a flood changes
That happened in the past.
emission of atoms.
But that happened in the past.
Helium and zircon.
Well, question for you.
When you
what makes you?
So you didn't answer my question. If you say there's an assumption involved, can you see I'm not the scientists aren't employing an assumption. They're only measuring the rate and going by the gas present to find the rate. That's all. There's no assumption.
This isn't going too well for you, and
you're not understanding.
I want to let me just be completely. I'm going to
ask what the assumption was. I showed you there is none.
I'm going to throw you a bone here, right? I brought up radiocarbon dating because I know that you want to disagree with radiocarbon dating. Now, you just mounted a very pathetic defense against radiocarbon, me bringing up radiocarbon dating by saying that there was a flood.
I didn't talk about
and the reason that you brought up the flood is because you want to say that it disturbed the strata layers in soil.
No, it's not.
That's not actually a problem for what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is by radiocarbon dating, it's kind of conceptually the same as the emission of helium or hydrogen from zircon, right? It's kind of the same concept, except we're measuring the emission of alpha and beta particles rather than the actual atom itself from the crystalline substrate or whatever. Much the same concept. Sure. And through radiocarbon dating, we discover that rocks are billions of years old, not thousands of years old.
You've already made a mistake.
Nephilim, I want you to tell me, Nephilim, I want you to tell me why you think that the scientific process of measuring the emission of hydrogen from zircon is more preferable to you than radiocarbon dating.
I didn't say it was, but here's the thing. I didn't.
And do you dispute the radiocarbon dating is an accurate scientific process for determining the age of rocks? Yes or no?
You're misrepresenting things. Firstly, I don't believe the flood disturbed the layers.
I don't know what misrepresentation I made.
Why don't you be quiet and let somebody respond to you? If you're not scared pissless of me, just be quiet and let me respond. Okay? So I don't believe that the flood disturbed the layers. There were no layers to disturb. The flood made them all. Okay, so I don't know where you're getting these weird ideas. But when it comes to C14 dating, there's a limit to
I want you to
how long
to me what
that process
dating is.
Carbon-14 dating
is
accurate to only. When you're done talking over me and I'm trying to respond,
dude, you gotta make some concise points so people can respond.
We can't have a conversation. Okay?
Yeah, look, why don't you explain the nature?
If you get to where you know how to have a conversation, I'll talk with you.
You're just deflecting, dude.
You ready for me to respond to your question?
That's what he's good at doing, and that's all he does. He redirects the conversation into another point without answering.
Do you want a response to your question about carbon?
Do you want me to deflect some more? Do you want me to deflect some more? I'll give you an answer. Deflect.
Do you want an answer to your question about carbon?
Yeah, answer the question. Don't deflect.
This is supposed to be Veyd and Neff. Shut up, Sam.
Shut the fuck up, faggot. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking.
Be quiet and listen, and you'll get an answer. But talking over me prevents the answer. That's what you want, really.
Nephi, real quick, do you think you could be concise in your answer, I'm
not going to
the question so that you could, so that he could?
I'm not going to give it in 5 words. No.
So,
Neff has not been given longer answers than Veyd.
So I'll try it again, but I don't think this goon is going to be able to hold his tongue. So my response is this: carbon-14 dating has a limit of about 30 to 50,000 years. Most say around 30, 35,000 years. So even if you can't use it for old Earth dating, it doesn't help you. And it doesn't really work well with young Earth dating either. But there are things that have been discovered that give us ideas that carbon-14 at least provides something, like carbon-14 found in dinosaur bones. How does that happen if the dinosaur is 65 million years old? Or carbon found in diamonds, carbon-14 in a diamond, which would have to have been part of the diamond when it was formed, because it can't get in. Nothing gets into a diamond. Nothing but light. Nothing. So, because the atoms in a diamond...
Do you know what a diamond is made out of?
So, the atoms in a diamond are so compacted and aligned, so tight, that nothing gets in except light.
Really? Really? You think that diamond
lattice... If there's carbon-14 found in a diamond, it had to
have you ever heard... This is how...
It had to have been in the material. It had to have been in the material
that was formed into
a diamond. Otherwise, it can't get in. So how's there carbon-14 found?
Okay. Have you ever heard the term inclusion? Do you know what inclusions are?
Can you explain to me how carbon-14 gets into
No. I just asked you a direct question.
I understand the word. Can you tell me how it gets into the diamond? How does
you know what an inclusion?
How does inclusions happen to diamond?
Let him answer you, Nephi. You've been bitching about people not letting you talk.
Just asking me the question as though I don't understand. Answer me. How does an inclusion?
Okay, well, you're saying that nothing can get into a diamond, but there are things called inclusions that are things that got into diamonds that are a lot fucking larger than carbon atoms.
Such as
imperfections.
That's imperfection in what was made. That's just the material the diamond was made of.
Such as pieces of other minerals, atoms of other minerals. There are colors of diamonds because of the concentration of other types of atoms besides carbon, you fucking idiot.
Exactly. How'd they get there? Here's how. They were a part of the material that was formed into a diamond to begin with, because once the diamond is formed, they're not getting in.
Right. You're saying
God put them there.
Nothing can enter a diamond, okay?
Veyd, can I ask you a question?
Whatever is found inside a diamond was part of the material that was compressed and heated to form the diamond.
Yeah, basic geology.
You don't think that a diamond could be compressed?
How did they get there? Somebody must have put them there.
Show me a science paper where a scientist shows with science that he's able to make something get inside a diamond except light.
I didn't say that. I said when it formed, there was something in it that decayed to carbon-14.
Okay, great. There was something in it. Right?
In the diamond,
but there
right?
can't be any carbon-14 in the diamond if it's 150 or 550 million years old. There can't be one atom. There can't be one atom of carbon-14 in a diamond. Look, let me explain why. You're not understanding something. If there was a mass of carbon-14, the same mass as the Earth, a ball of carbon-14 floating in space, it had the exact same mass as the Earth. You know how long it would take for every single atom of it to be gone? Only less than 1 million years. Every bit of it would be completely gone. There can be no carbon-14 in a diamond if the diamond is even 1 million years old. None.
Yeah, 55,000 years is the total half-life or whatever.
Oh,
or 56,000. 5,600 years is the half-life, and it
carbon-14. Yes.
Sorry, I muted that guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, 5,675 years.
I mean, I don't know anything about carbon-14 to be honest.
So there can be no carbon-14 in a diamond if it's 1 million years old or more. Not one atom can be there.
The funny thing is, though, is he referenced carbon dating and said that it's got a range of like 30,000 years. But it's just not the thing that people are disputing now is that it doesn't have an accuracy over 30,000. But that 30,000 seems to me and maybe my math is wrong, but 30,000 seems to be a lot more than 6,000.
Oh yeah,
it does. Sure does.
So diamond has carbon-14.
I want to cover a little bit of ground here, right? Like that was a bit of a diversion. I'll tell you, to be honest, like I don't know much about carbon-14, so I was actually seeing if he could teach me something. But let me just circle back around, because when you're talking about why we won't find any carbon-14 in diamonds, right? You're implicitly buying into the idea of radioisotope decay. And if you assent the idea that radioisotopes decay at the rate in which we wouldn't expect to find carbon-14 in diamonds, then you should assent to the idea that radioisotope decay tells us that rocks all over the fucking Earth are a lot older than 6,000 years.
No, but answer my question. I asked you, how does carbon-14...
Wait a minute, you don't just get to say no to
carbon-14 is found in a diamond if the diamond is 1 million years old. Can you not agree?
You're assenting to the decay.
Can you not agree that the material had the carbon-14 had to have been part of the diamond when it was formed? Had to have been in the diamond when it was created.
Right, like I said, I don't fucking know anything about carbon-14 dating. I don't know a goddamn thing about it. I don't even know.
That's an answer to your question. Now, from he's saying I don't know. Now he's asking you a question to based off what you said.
So here's the point from that, though. If the diamond is 1 million
let him
years
respond
old,
now. Okay.
it can have no carbon-14. The point is that if the carbon-14 is found in a diamond, and it's been found numerous times,
I don't fucking care about diamonds,
Wait.
So this is a deflection, by the way.
Let me finish my point real quick. So here's the point. This is what you don't want to hear. If there's carbon-14 in diamonds, the diamond cannot be 1 million years old. It can only be thousands. because there could be no.
That's fine. I don't care.
Okay, if the diamonds of the Earth are less than 1 million years old, the whole Earth is less than 1 million years old.
Now that
I don't care.
Let me explain why. Because the geologic processes that created that diamond can't have happened over a period of even anything near 1 million years. That means the entire geology of the Earth has been going on for less than 1 million years.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on point. Okay, I've been trying to do this. First off, I want to ask you: can I ask you a question, and you give me a yes or no answer?
Yeah, I don't debate that way. Nobody does.
Well, I don't want to debate. I'm just trying to understand your position.
No, because I know what you'll do. I've had lots of people try that game with me. Just give me a yes or no, because what you're going to do then is you're going to try to design questions in such a way as to trip me up and make me admit.
Well, if you're that easily tricked, you're obviously.
And I'm not going to do that.
Well, if it gets to a question,
you can apply all kinds of straw men. I don't play that game.
Listen, can I ask you a question, and you don't answer with a question, and you don't answer with something that isn't directly, I mean, literally contained within the question that I'm asking you, directly related? Can we at least go that far?
I don't, because I don't have a great answer to you. Why should I give you?
You will let him ask, Nephi. I'm sorry, you are going to do that.
I don't.
You are going to shut up and let him ask a question. You are.
No, he can ask. Nep just isn't going to agree to answer yes or no.
That's fine. Let him get it out. Just let him get it out.
The funny thing is, too, Veyd, do you know how long it takes for a diamond to form in nature?
I actually don't know the answer to that. How long does it take?
Well, they say at least millions of years. Because you need a certain amount of pressure.
So if it takes millions of years, and he's saying that there's no way for carbon-14 to survive millions of years, then are the diamonds fake? They not
No, the diamond can't. The point is, the diamond is not. Here's the thing. Listen, the diamond can't be not even 1 million years old. The geologic forces deep in the Earth, where diamonds are allegedly formed over periods of millions of years, cannot have been happening over those millions of years if there's carbon-14 in diamonds. If the geology of the crust and the lithosphere of the Earth have not been happening for 1 million years, the whole planet cannot be billions.
Yeah, that's my question.
Can diamonds be older than 6,000 years?
Yes, they can. Well, because right here, according to the natural diamond process, between 1 billion and 3.3 billion years.
I didn't say
how long it takes to form some of these diamonds.
That's what the secular camp claims.
Yeah, I read that, but the thing is, that's like assuming a certain type of pressure. The problem is there's many variations and stuff. That's
why I said this particular type of diamond. But the fact remains that there are still diamonds that take that long to form.
Here's the question. Nephi, you're holding a diamond in your hand. You've determined the age of the diamond, whatever it is. What in the hell makes you think that single diamond is determining the age of the Earth?
I'll try explaining it again. If there's carbon, listen carefully.
No, that's irrelevant. Do you think that diamonds are not created and destroyed over time?
So you have to believe if diamonds are of millions of years age, but there's carbon-14 in them, they can't be millions of years.
Why do you think the diamond that you're holding in your hand was created at the formation of the Earth?
Answer the first question, guys.
The geology.
He's not answering it.
The geology of the Earth,
Andrew, shut up.
Diamond over a vast period of time cannot have been existing for a vast period of time.
I just want you to answer: can diamonds be older than 6,000 years old?
No.
Why not?
Because they were made about. They were made.
What's weird is that look, Nephilim.
All the diamonds.
Nephilim didn't.
When were they made?
I'm answering. Because I believe they were created during the geologic forces that took place on the Earth during. And that
no. We're asking for scientific evidence of that because you're talking about the decay of carbon, right? That's your evidence that's not so long, right? So what's the length of time that could possibly form?
He brought up the emission of hydrogen from zircon, which is a scientific process, or that we observe we apply the scientific method to observe it in nature. And again, this whole thing, right? The last fucking 45 minutes has been him deflecting from my question.
Yes.
Why does he favor the idea that the emission of hydrogen from zircon is accurate, but that radiocarbon dating is inaccurate, when both are just processes of witnessing the emission of particles from substrates.
When no one says that carbon dating is inaccurate over less than 10,000 years, no one says that. No one says that. Everyone says
I
it.
can't
It's
take the mic.
accurate.
I have to go for a few minutes. I'll still be listening, but I can't take the mic for a few minutes. So I have to say something, you guys. If people can't handle not dogpiling Neff and talking over him, then just Neff move to the Bat Cave, and anyone who can handle it move to the Bat Cave to talk to Neff, and the other people could stay in the main room and have a conversation. I think Veyd and Sam have some catching up to do, because it was just the other day, Veyd, that Sam claimed he never conceded that Trump didn't suggest injecting chemicals into the blood. He said that you were wrong about that all along and never conceded that.
Oh my God! Look, Veyd is actually going to confirm. Veyd is going to confirm. No, I don't want to.
Sam, Veyd said if you got here that you would confirm he never conceded.
So no, let me just clear this up with Veyd. We don't even need to talk about this extensively.
Veyd is so lucky right now.
Veyd, when we had that conversation, what did I concede? I conceded. I'll remind you. I conceded that.
Oh, I was going to tell you.
Leading the witness. Shut up, Sam.
Answer. Okay, answer.
Oh, as I recall, the concession that you made was that Trump did not ever assert that injecting chemicals into your bloodstream was a treatment for coronavirus.
No. That's false. So I think you're just trolling.
Never said that.
But what
question is this?
So no, just be quiet for a second. Remember, we were talking about the hydroxychloroquine. No, we were talking about the ultraviolet light, and I asked you, show me evidence that ultraviolet light was being tested for treatment of the coronavirus, and you showed me evidence of that, and I conceded to you that ultraviolet light was being used for treatment of the coronavirus.
And that's what Trump was referring to.
No, that's what we disagreed on. That's what I'm telling you. We disagreed on what Trump meant or what Trump said. But the concession was about whether or not ultraviolet light was being tested for treatment of the coronavirus. That's what I'm trying to clarify.
I remember that at the time, which was late one night, and I think Zax was there and whatever. I recall, my recollection was that you conceded that both that the UV light was an experimental treat. Well, it's actually not even experimental. It goes back to the 1940s. It's well tested. It's not new in any way, but it was being applied for the treatment of coronavirus. And I recall, my recollection was that you conceded that the language as constituted in Trump's passage there, which he then clarified to the reporter, which posed the question about it, was that Trump did not, in fact, ever suggest or insinuate that one should inject chemicals into your blood, disinfectants into the blood.
Well, then it's obvious by your recollection, the recollection of others, that I just communicated that poorly. The only concession I made there, was about the treatment was about the use of ultraviolet light in treatment. I think we still disagreed.
Well, I mean, if it's the case that you didn't concede that, I mean, I'm not gonna. Okay. I mean, then you didn't concede. That just
some of these people actually believe Trump suggested that people inject themselves.
I
just want to clear
that up.
And Nephi, can I ask you? I'm dying to ask you one question, Nephi. Why do you think? Nephi, stop. Why do you, Nephi? You're over talking to me right now.
First. No, he was talking first. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. He was not.
Carbon-14 is
what the fuck?
When they start dating things with carbon-14,
he's scared of my question. That's why he's doing this.
With other types of dating methods, when the results they get comport with what they want forth with their beliefs, they publish those. When they don't comport, they disregard them and they toss them out.
Nephi, why do you think the diamond you're holding in your hand? Why do you think the diamond you're holding in your hand was formed at the beginning of the Earth? What's your evidence for that?
Say was formed at the beginning of the Earth.
That's been your contention this whole time.
No, you're
saying that you're saying that the age of the diamond determines when the Earth was formed. How can you demonstrate that?
You're not listening.
You're not answer the question. Why do you think the diamond holding in your hand was formed at the formation of the Earth?
I didn't say that, dingbat. Listen.
It's a natural entailment of your statements, of your claims.
You're not listening.
Yes, I'm totally listening.
I said that diamonds were created during the Noahic flood 4,500 years ago.
You said they were 6,000 years old.
Great Scots, you don't listen.
No, I'm totally
Wow.
listening.
Yeah, no,
I'm
you
totally
didn't.
listening. What was the date of the diamonds that
Jesus.
Nephi said they were?
Wait, what about a flood is going to create the diamonds exactly?
Yeah, exactly. Nephi, why do you think that diamonds have anything to do with the exact age of the Earth?
Hey guys.
Plate tectonics creates diamonds. Geologic forces inside the Earth.
How long do you? So if a diamond takes however long it takes, how does that prove when the Earth was formed?
I'm not really sure I understand that question.
I know you don't understand because you don't want to answer it.
I'll try to answer it again. I think it was poorly worded.
Can you show me evidence that what did you say? A tsunami created diamonds?
Yeah, a flood.
No,
geologic forces in the movement of the continents, the forces in the crust of the Earth is what created diamonds.
Based on the Noatic flood. You said the Noatic flood.
The secular camp thinks over millions of years. I say, and lots of other and creationists say.
I love how he didn't
even answer my question. He can't. He will not answer my question.
Excuse me.
I think he should be muted until he answers the question.
The creationists say
if he refuses to answer it. This shouldn't be
no, that is not happening, Sam. That is
shut the
not
fuck
happening.
up.
No, Gigi said she does not want him muted. Don't do
Listen,
it.
go back to collecting government checks, all right? That's what you're
doing.
Are you afraid to deal with the question, Nephi? Nephi, are you afraid to deal with my question?
Okay, well, we're just going to have to move into the bat cave. I can't drag people because I'm on my phone. Will you drag me and Nat and you up into the bat cave real quick? And whoever else wants to follow.
So how do you want me to...
All right, but there's not a bat cave, Gigi, so I'll just drag him to the other room.
There is a bat cave. I see it. I see the bat cave. It's right above
I said I would answer the question if you reworded it. But
so how would I reword it to make it have?
I don't know. It was not a very concise statement.
You've been tying the age of the Earth to how old diamonds